Skip Bayless's last-ditched effort to save Undisputed. But before we get off into this video, you come across this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if this is your first time coming across the channel and you're new to the platform, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, post your comments, share the video out. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute, and you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. I do want to thank everybody for your support and rocking with the channel. And do me a favor, share these videos out. Well, Skip Bayless is in a downward spiral. The show Undisputed has lost their viewership ever since Shannon Sharpe has departed. But before we get off into it, this podcast is sponsored by SeatGeek.
SeatGeek, the official sponsor of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the #1 rated ticketing app, over 28 million downloads, 70,000 plus events from concerts to sports, all your tickets across the web, all in one place, rated 1 to 10. Green means good, red means bad, and all your tickets are backed by your buyer's guarantee. And remember, use my promo code SimplyBallDropping at checkout to get $20 off your purchase.
Now just remember, by using my promo code SimplyBallDropping at checkout, you're getting $20 off your purchase. Also, you're supporting the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, let's get right off into it, man. Over the recent days, man, Skip Bayless has hired Paul Pierce, a former ESPN analyst, to come on to Undisputed. Now, when I first heard this, I said to myself, Skip Bayless is reaching. He's reaching. And the reason why I say he's reaching, he's trying to save his show. Now, we all know that Keyshawn Johnson and Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin and Skip Bayless was doing the morning show when the football season was around. You had Michael Irvin coming on there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, he had appearances by Lil Wayne on Fridays. And, you know, Keyshawn Johnson was a mainstay. Sometimes Richard Sherman was in and out. He wasn't in the studio. He was in a different location. And now that Richard Sherman is no longer on the show as of now because of the DUI charges, that show is in limbo. It's in shambles. So what did Skip Bayless do? He went out and got former ESPN analyst Paul Pierce. And I think what he's trying to do is trying to save his show. Ever since Shannon Sharpe departed from Undisputed, the viewership has plummeted down to the basement, ranging from 50,000 views on the morning time TV, trying to compete with ESPN. Now, you all know that Shannon Sharpe is with ESPN. Right now, I think Shannon Sharpe is the big dog. He's the big face in mainstream media. People might say Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee, but Shannon Sharpe has climbed up the ranks ever since he's left Undisputed and has been on ESPN. Their ratings have shot through the roof. You know what he's doing with his podcast, Club Shay Shay. The ratings are off the chain. He's just won an award for the best podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, all the major streaming platforms. Also, he has Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, and sometimes Gilbert Arenas will appear on there, and they give their takes on basketball, football, and all kinds of other things that they talk about. And what Shannon Sharpe has done, he's made himself a household name, and it's affecting Skip Bayless at this time. The show Undisputed, when Shannon Sharpe was on there, went from 500,000 views all the way down to 50,000 views once Shannon Sharpe departed. So what is Skip Bayless doing? He's reaching. He's reaching to try to get the show to be more in relevancy by bringing Paul Pierce on there, because Paul Pierce is a basketball head. He's a basketball mind. And, you know, sometimes Paul Pierce can talk spicy, and he can spice the show up. His first appearance on there was the other day, and he came on and blatantly just came out and said, man, can we just stop talking about the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers? There's other things to talk about. So Paul Pierce is trying to kill the narrative of Skip Bayless always wanting to talk about LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And Paul Pierce is not going for none of that. Paul Pierce is a basketball mind. Now, you know, basketball season is in full-fledged, and the playoff season is coming upon of us. And what it is they got like 13 games left into the play-in tournament, into the playoff start. So what Skip Bayless thought he needed to do was bring in Paul Pierce to talk basketball, because a lot of people don't like to sit there and listen to Skip talk basketball unless Shannon Sharpe was alongside of him and he was across from him and they was debating. They used to get in some heated debates. But now Undisputed is not even a debate show no more. It's just guys talking. And, you know, Keyshawn Johnson is, you know, mild-mannered. He don't get over the top. He just, you know, states his talking points and he moves on. But they needed somebody on there with a basketball mind to talk basketball, because basketball season is in full-fledged, like I stated. I think this is a ploy to save his show, because, you know, there's reports out that show could be canceled. Skip Bayless, like I said, he's on his deathbed, not literally, but, you know, figuratively speaking, is, you know, that show is on a lifeline. And that's all because of Shannon Sharpe. His departure caused all this. And Shannon Sharpe is the major mogul in media right now. And everybody is tuned in to ESPN early in the morning. And then also they tuned into Club Shay Shay and also Nightcap. So, and Skip Bayless has a podcast of his own, but he's not doing big numbers. He never has no guest on his show. He's just reading from a piece of paper, and, you know, he just putting his, you know, stuff out there, which is not content. He just goes on these rants. So Skip Bayless' translation to the podcast world is really not working out for him. And also Undisputed is going downhill. And like I said, it's because of what, you know, Shannon Sharpe effect was when he left Undisputed. Now ESPN is the hot show. Another thing is, I think he brought Paul Pierce in to save that show. Can Paul Pierce, the truth, be the savior? You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Make sure you share this video out. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K. Sapp. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.